सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Open page 13. Let us read from verse 24. पुरोधसां च मुख्यं मां विद्धि पार्थ बृहस्पतिं सेनानीनामहं स्कन्दः सरसामस्मि सागरः महर्षीणां भृगुरहं गिरामस्म्येकमक्षरं यज्ञानां जपयज्ञोऽस्मि स्थावराणां हिमालयः अश्वत्थः सर्ववृक्षाणां देवर्षीणां च नारदः गन्धर्वाणां चित्ररथः सिद्धानां कपिलो मुनिः Thus continuing to narrate his glories from the verse 27, as we said, Lord Krishna here just narrates or states the most outstanding members of different classes of objects and beings, where it is easier for a devotee to think of him, where the idea of godliness or divinity arises in me, by thinking of which the idea of godliness or the idea of divinity will arise in me, that which should become an aid for me to think about God, because that is that which reflects in some extraordinary way some glory, some beauty, some might that is the Lord. And those objects and beings are just described here, are sort of narrated here, recounted here. Continuing that, from the verse, in the verse 27, Lord Krishna says, Uchchaiśravasamaśvānām viddhi māmamrutodbhavam airāvatam gajendrānām narāణāṃ ca narādhipam. Uchchaishravasam, know me, Ashvanam, among the horses. So, of course, all horses are his manifestations, understand? Among the horses, however, Uchchaishravas, a horse known as Uchchaishravas. So, that was a flying horse. Two objects are mentioned here, two animals are mentioned. Gajendranam Airavatam. Among the elephants, among the best of the elephants, I am Airavata, the most exalted of them. Among the horses, I am Uchchaishravas, a flying horse. Among the elephants, I am Airavata, a white elephant with 4 tusks. They are all divine things. So these are two of those very special objects that were obtained when they were churning the Milky Ocean. So once upon a time this occasion arose when the gods and the demons, both of them, had a joint project of getting or finding the nectar or ambrosia from the ocean, because that's what they were told, that's what the ambrosia is. Because these devatas had some kind of a curse. I mean, I don't know how many verses we have, but anyway, a few stories will tell you today. Indra is the god of devatas, I mean, he is the king of all the gods, and he has elephant called Airavata. He was once going, on his elephant Airavata. At that time, a great sage, his name was Durvasas. He happened to come along. And this sage Durvasas had a very fragrant and very special garland of flowers which was given to him by somebody. It was so beautiful and so fragrant that Durvasas was coming with that garland, and he saw Indra on his elephant, and somehow Durvasas felt very pleased with Indra and said, "Here it is, my prasada, here is a garland." So garland is given to Indra. Whatever happened to Indra, I guess, he's the king of all the gods riding on the elephant, and he didn't think much of this garland even though it was so beautiful, and he put it on the trunk of his elephant. And the garland and the flowers were so fragrant that so many bees came that this elephant was much, bothered by them. And the elephant did not know what to do, therefore the elephant took that garland and it stuck in its the trunk rather, and twirled the pieces and threw it away, just because he wanted to be safe from those bees. And say Durvasa saw this, the fate of the garland that he gave to Indra, and he was not happy at all. He cursed Indra. He says, you have insulted me. All right, I curse you that you and all the gods will lose all your divinity, all your brilliance, all your valor you will lose. So Devatas are amara, they are supposed to be immortal beings, but then because of the curse of the sage, all of them started to go old and dilapidated and they started losing their power. And the demons found this was a good occasion, and so they started attacking them and harassing them. And so these poor Devatas did not know what to do, how to get back their strength. So they went to Brahma, the creator, and Brahma with them went to Vishnu. All solutions of the problems are to be found with Vishnu. He is a preserver, so he has to maintain the order. So every solution must be found there. And so Lord Vishnu told them, all right, the only way that you can revive your youth and strength and majesty back is that if you can drink of ambrosia, except that the ambrosia is at the bottom of this ocean, and you have to retrieve it, and for that you must churn the ocean. Churn the ocean, imagine. These poor Devatas, the gods had become so weak, he says, we don't have the power to churn. He says, don't worry, you seek the help of the demons. But how demons won't help us? Because in fact, we want to become again strong and immortal so that we can overpower the demons. How can you seek the help of demons in that project? He says, you have a contract with them, an agreement with them, that you will share his ambrosia with them. Then once ambrosia comes out, we'll see what to do with it. Not very fair, but anyway, this is how it was. Don't think it started in Mahabharata. Lord Krishna is incarnation of Vishnu. That's where everything is, Because if you have to maintain the order, sometimes you have to bend the law sometimes. Anyway, so then the Devatas went to the demons and made a proposal that we understand that there is this ambrosia at the bottom of the ocean, and that we will bring it out by churning the ocean, and that you join us in that task. So demons thought, all right, why should demons join them? You know what they thought among themselves, or within themselves? All right, let us join them. Once ambrosia comes out, we'll see what to do with it. The demons had their own plan also, which of course Lord Vishnu was turned on. Anyway, how to churn the ocean? You require a huge churning rod, and therefore they had this Mandara, a huge mountain, Mount Mandara was selected as a churning rod. They requested the mount to come, the mountain came. Except that when the mountain was placed in the ocean, it just sank because of its weight, and therefore it must be supported. Again Lord Vishnu came to the rescue. He became a huge tortoise, and on his back he supported this whole mountain. But you require the rope to churn this. So what will become the rope? So a great snake, his name was Vasuki, this Vasuki was selected as a rope. And with that, they started churning. So Devatas, the gods, took the side of the mouth of the rope, mouth of the snake, one end, and gave the Asuras, the demons, the tail side. So these fellows said, wait a minute, you are giving me the tail side? We are not inferior, we must have the head side. All right. So demons were given the head side of the serpent, and the gods had the tail side of the serpent, and they started churning. You know, the head side means what? The serpent is poisonous. And so all poisonous fumes were coming out, and these stupid fellows, were really bothered by it. But anyway, this went on. So as this churning went on, lots of what they call jewels, as many as 14 different jewels came out. So the ocean is called Ratnakara, is a mine of jewels, precious jewels. And so 14 precious things came out from the ocean in the process of churning. And one of them was this Shravas, the flying horse, he came out. This was given to Indra. Each one was given to different people. Another one that came out was Airavata also. This elephant also came out. And so very special elephant, very divine, that also was given to Indra. He became the vehicle of Indra. So Lord Krishna here says that I am the Shravas among all the horses, among Airavata, among all the elephants. Naranam Chandaradhikam. Among the elephants, among the men, I am the king. So Lord Krishna is among the human beings, among men, I am the king. King is called Raja. So Raja is called Raja, one with a special luster. So king is the one who always shines among the subjects, and therefore he is someone special. He must have also performed some very special virtuous acts in order to really deserve becoming a king. Lord Krishna says, the king is my glory. Among all the human beings, I am the king. Okay. Then continuing. Ayudhanamaham vajram, ayudhanamaham vajram, dhenu namasmi kamadhuka, dhenu namasmi kamadhuka, prajanaschaasmi kandarpaha, prajanaschaasmi kandarpaha, sarpanamasmi vasukihi, sarpanamasmi vasukihi. Ayudhanam aham vajram. Among the weapons, I am Vajra. Vajra is a thunderbolt, that's the weapon of Indra. And this also is a history of how this particular weapon, thunderbolt, came into being. Indra always had a lot of problems, because of course he had to defend. He was the king of gods, and then he was always subject to attacks by demons. So yesterday I was telling you this story of how the teacher of Indra, Brihaspati, disappeared because he was hurt, and there in his place his other priest was installed there, and Vishwarupa, that's another priest that was installed. As I said, this fellow, one ahuti, one oblation is due for the devatas, other oblation is due for the demons. That's the reason why devatas could not quite find, they could not quite defeat the demons. And then Indra came to know that this fellow is cheating. Even though posing to be on our side, in fact he is favoring the demons, and therefore his head was chopped off. His father, whose name was the father of Vishwarupa, his name was Tvashta. When he came to know that his son has been killed by Indra, he got very upset. And he vowed that I will make sure that Indra is killed. He could not kill Indra, therefore he wanted to beget a son who would be powerful enough to kill Indra. And therefore he performed a very special yaga, very special sacrificial ceremony to beget a son. And that ceremony was performed with a special resolve. Indra Shatru. Shatru means an enemy. Indra Shatru means enemy of Indra. So let this yaga bring about a son who is Shatru, enemy of Indra. Except the story goes, Indra Shatru. So now this is a compound word, Indra Shatru. Indra means Indra, Shatru means enemy. If this compound is real as Tat Purusha compound, its meaning is Indrasya Shatruhu, the enemy of Indra. So this we'll see later how this particular compound Tat Purusha in Sanskrit has the second word which is predominant. So this compound has these two words, first word and the second word. Different compounds have different. So uttara padartha pradhanaha tat purushaha. Tat purusha is the pradhanyam, the predominance, importance of the second word. So Indra Shatru, Indrasya Shatruhu, the enemy of Indra. The enemy is important one. However, the same word can also mean Bahuvrihi. If it is resolved in a different way, then Bahuvrihi is the one in which the third word, altogether the third one is Pradhanam. Indraha Shatruhu Yasyasaha Indra Shatruhu. The one for whom Indra is the enemy. Understand? And Anya Padartha Pradhanah Bahuvrihi. Bahuvrihi is the one in which Anya. Other than these two is the Pradhana, is the important word. That means this Bahuvrihi compound will mean an entity different from these two words. Tat Purusha Samasa would mean an entity which is implied by a second word, whereas Bahuvrihi compound will mean imply an entity meant to be different from both of these. So Indra Shatruhu, Indraha Shatruhu Yasyasaha, one from Indra is a Shatru. Now when you utter this word in the mantra, where the emphasis is laid, this is an example classically given as to how the Veda mantras must be chanted with proper intonations. If you don't chant them with proper intonations, they can bring about results that can be harming. So this is an example that is cited. So while this Tvashta was performing this yaga, Indra Shatru, rather than emphasizing the second word Shatru, in which case would have made the Tatpurusha Pada, he emphasized the first word, in which case it meant the Bahuvrihi compound, and so the son that came out would not be killer of Indra, but would one will be killed by Indra. So that was Vritrasura. A great demon came out, the enemy of Indra, but then, so this mistake was made by chanting the mantra. Anyway, and this Vritrasura was a demon who could not be killed by anybody as usual. And so Indra, he defeated everybody. No god could overpower him. And so again Indra went to Brahma and said, what should we do? He said, all right, he can be killed only by a weapon called thunderbolt. How to make that weapon? That weapon should be made from the bones of a particular sage whose name was Dadhichi. Go to Dadhichi, go to the sage. He is performing penance and he has dedicated his life to the welfare of all the beings, and therefore if you request him, he may oblige you by giving his bones from which you can make this weapon. Indra went to Dadhichi and requested him. Dadhichi says, okay, I have no agenda left for myself, fine, you can take this body, you can take my bones and make the weapon. That's the first reported case of what we call Dehadanam. So today, nowadays, there is this practice of donating the body. This is the first case perhaps, who donated the body. And because of the penance which was performed for a number of years, what happens with the yogis is that their bones become stronger and stronger and stronger. All the strength goes to the bones. And so the bones of this yogi were so powerful, were so strong, that this weapon was made called thunderbolt, which is Vajra. Vajra means as hard as diamond, or as hard as steel. And this kind of weapon was made with which Indra could kill this Vritrasura. So it is this weapon. Ayudhanam aham vajram. Lord Krishna says, among all the weapons, I am Vajra, I am the thunderbolt. Dhanunam asmi kamadhuk. Among all the cows, I am the kamadhuk. So kamadhuk, that means one who gives you whatever is desired. Kam means the desire. So the one from whom you can milk your desired one, that's called kamadhuk. Kamam dodhuli kamadhuk. So here is a cow which is what we call wish-fulfilling cow. So that is also one of the precious things that came out from churning, this wish-fulfilling cow, kamadhuk. And lots of stories about the kamadhuk also. But one of the famous stories about Kamadhenu is that this cow was given to sage Vasishtha. And he was in his hermitage, because the sages also require, like Guru requires support, So therefore, this Kamadhuk this wish-fulfilling cow was going to sage Vasishtha, perhaps so he could support his Gurukulam. And it seems that once upon a time a king whose name was Vishwamitra had gone to forest for hunting, and then he with his huge army, all of them, were exhausted at the end of the day, and then they were looking for a place to rest, and somebody reported, here is a hermitage, maybe we can take rest there. And so when sage Vasishtha and his disciples came to know that this king Vishwamitra has come with his army, they were all welcomed there. Not only that, but they were invited to have their food and everything there. He said, hey, this is just a hermitage. How can you feed thousands of us? He said, don't worry, we'll do that. And all of them were fed with all kinds of wonderful food. And this king Vishwamitra was mightily pleased. But he says, how did the sage get this? Then it was reported to him that the sage has a divine cow, wish-fulfilling cow. Then this king wanted that cow. He says, after all, this Brahmin, what does he want this cow for? I am the king, I need it because I have to support my subjects, and therefore I am the one rightfully who should have this cow. So he requested the sage Vasishtha to give him that cow. Vasishtha did not oblige him. And this king was upset. He says, what? And that's how he forcefully wanted to take the cow away. And then what happened? From the different limbs of the cow, ferocious soldiers came out, fighters, warriors came out, and they all started fighting against the army of Vishwamitra and drove them away. So the cow can do both, So she could fulfill wish both ways. So that's the story. That she is supposed to be the first cow of which all the cows are descendants. This Kamadhuk, or this is Kamadhenu. She also called Surabhi. Her name is Nandini. So that's the first cow. Supposed to be all the cows are the descendants. So among all the cows, I am the Kamadhenu, Kamadhuk. Prajanascha Kandarpaha. And Prajana, Kandarpa. Kandarpa, of course, is Cupid. Is the god of passion. So god of love, I should say. So Kandarpa. Lord Krishna says, Prajanascha Kandarpaha. I am also the Kama. I am the very Kama which is the cause for progeny. That Kama can also become the lust. It can become also lust also. And that can also become the cause for all kinds of indulgence. But here Lord Krishna says that Kama, that very the passion which is the cause for progeny, that I am. So Lord Krishna seems to think that progeny is important. And that is how one of the important purposes of the man and woman getting married is that they should have progeny. That's how the lineage continues. In the Vedic times anyway, the disciples are advised this way by the teachers also. Acharaya priyam dharmahrutya prajadandum mam vachetshihi. So when the disciples are leading the Gurukulam, and when this valedictory message is given, then they were told, amongst many other things, that all right, when you go out then and start earning, make sure that you return to the teacher appropriate wealth for support of his work, and also then make sure that your lineage is not broken. That means that you should also have the progeny. So therefore, begetting progeny, begetting child is considered to be an important and a sacred act, as a matter of fact. And that is why that karma, which is the cause of that, Lord Krishna says, I am. Sarpanam asmi Vasukihi. Among the snakes, I am Vasuki. You know which Vasuki? The one that became the rope for the churning rod. You imagine how huge, how long he must be. Vasuki is a very long snake. He's supposed to be king of snakes. So when these gods went and requested the Mount Mandara, he came. When they went and requested the snake Vasuki to come, he would not oblige them. So they had to send somebody to actually bring Vasuki. So they sent Garuda. Garuda means the eagle. He is the vehicle of Lord Vishnu. So Garuda was sent to bring Vasuki. Because they had to be brought. And somebody must be powerful enough to bring that snake here. So Garuda was rather haughty. He was of course, he's a wonderful one, but still in this case, he must have a little bit of arrogance. So then he came to Vasuki and said, well, sir, you invited that they want to churn this ocean and they are in need of this churning rope, and therefore please come. And they are in a great hurry. He says, well, if they are in a hurry, then maybe you should carry me, because snake takes its own time to reach there, and therefore, if you are in a hurry, you can carry me. Garuda, the says, oh sure, I will do that. So what he did is, in his beak, he lifted this snake from the middle. He lifted, and he started rising in the sky. The idea is so the snake will be hanging from his beak, and he would then carry him. Except he kept on rising and rising and rising and rising, but then snake, still, his tail kept still on the ground, and he kept on rising all the way, and his tail was still on the ground, and this Garuda could not bring him because he was so long, however high he rose. That's how Vasuki is. And therefore, he would not come. There was no way to bring him. Other devatas also could not help. Then they all went to Lord Shiva and requested him to help them. So Lord Shiva stretched out his hand where Vasuki was, and that snake Vasuki became a little snake, became a bangle sort of, on the arm of Lord Shiva, and then he was brought here. Again he became long when they wanted to use him as the churning rope. So Vasuki, there are many stories about Vasuki, a divine snake. So Lord Krishna says, among the snakes, I am Vasuki, because he manifests some very outstanding glory of mine. Continuing in the next verse, Anantaschasmi naganam Varuno yadasamaham Pitruna maryama chasmi Yamassanyamatamahamam. Naga means cobras. So the snakes are of two classes. One are called snakes, of whom the king is Vasuki. Others are the cobras, of whom the king is Ananta. So among all the snakes which are classified as cobras, I am Ananta. That's the king, a very special one again with great powers. Ananta. He is the one who forms the bed. So Lord Vishnu reclines on his serpent bed. Who is that serpent? That is the Ananta. So you can imagine how fortunate and how sacred he must be to form the bed of Lord Narayana himself. He is also called Shesha. Shesha means residue. When the whole universe, at the time pralaya or dissolution, when the whole universe is swallowed up, at that time, only thing that remains is him. That's called Shesha, the residue. It's called Ananta. Where Ananta means one who is without the end. He is without the end, and that he becomes a very, very bad meaning, adhisthanam, substratum for the Lord. So that means Ananta means Brahman also. So Brahman means Ananta. That also because he is a very substratum for the Lord. So this Ananta is among all the cobras, I am Ananta. He has 1,000 heads, by the way. 1,000 heads. And these cobras have two tongues. So he has 2,000 tongues. And he is a great devotee of the Lord. All the time he is singing the glories of the Lord. That's all he does. Except that he keeps on singing the glories of the Lord with 2,000 tongues. Even then the glory of the Lord is infinite. There is no end to them. But that's how he uses his 1,000 mouths and 2,000 tongues in singing the glories of the Lord. So he is a great devotee of the Lord. Anantaschasmi naganam. Very often he accompanies the Lord in his exploits. So when Lord incarnated as Rama, then this Ananta, he also got incarnated as Lakshmana, the younger brother. So in that incarnation he became younger brother, and Lord was elder brother. So next incarnation is Krishna. Krishna became younger brother, he became the elder brother. So Balarama is said to be also the incarnation of Ananta. So he is called Amsha. He is called Amsha, or a part of Lord himself. Anantaschasmi Nayanam Varuno Yadasamaham. Among the gods of water, I am a particular god called Varuna. So Varuna is a devata, a god appointed as the god of the water and all the aquatic animals. Pitrunam Aryama Chasmi. Among the Pitrus remains, I am Aryama, who is the Raja or the king. So I am Aryama among all the Pitrus. Yamas Sanyamatamaham. I am the Yama among those who discipline. Lord Krishna says, I am the Yama. Yama is well known as the Lord of Death, as a matter of fact. But basically what word Yama means, that one who keeps everything under control. And so that is one place where there is no partiality. That law is impartial. So Yama is the one, the Lord of Death is the one who gives the results of the actions in keeping with what the people deserve. And therefore there is no influence there. Once the death comes, Yama is the one who takes the jiva of the soul to its right place. And therefore he keeps everything under control. There is justice there. So he always imparts justice. That is Yamaha. Okay, continuing in the next verse. Pralladaschasmi daityanam kalah kalayatamaham mruganam cha mrugendroham Vainateyascha pakshinam. See the translation of the verses I didn't quite see that, but the translation of this verse is found in the bottom of the next verse. I am Prahlada in the family of Diti. Prahladascha daityanam. We said yesterday that these two sisters, Diti and Aditi, both are the wives of Prajapati, Kashyap Prajapati, and the sons of Diti are called Daitya. So among all the demons, Lord Krishna's even demons are also my glories. Among all the demons, I am Prahlada. He was the son of Hiranyakashipu. Very beautiful name. Prakarshena Ladayati Anandayati. So one who delights everybody in an excellent way is called Prahlada. Paramasattvikatvena, because he was pure. So Prahlada. He is an excellent example. Yesterday the children were singing, Swami Tadatmananda had taught them this song. And one of the lines was, Kirtaniya yato balyat harer nama eva kevam. Therefore, since Hari Nama, the name of the Lord alone is that which will save everybody, where Kirtaniyam yato balyat. Therefore from childhood, one should sing the name of the Lord. That was one of the lines there. And Prahlada is a great illustration of this. In fact, Prahlada started listening to glory of the Lord even when he was in the womb of his mother. So he was the son of Hiranyakashipu. And while he was still, his mother was pregnant. At that time his father, that is Hiranyakashipu, went into the forest for penance. Because his elder brother Hiranyaksha was killed by Lord Vishnu. And Hiranyakashipu was very angry. He wanted to take revenge, and so he wanted to get the power. For that he went to forest for performing penance. And when he went away to penance, the gods, Indra and others, saw a good opportunity. They came and attacked, and they carried away his wife also. Then Sage Narada has very important roles to perform. Sage Narada was coming, and he saw these fellows, these gods, taking away even the wife of Hiranyakashipu. And so Prahlada asks of Indra, he says, what are you doing? He says, are you taking her with you? He says, yes. He says, no, she's pregnant. Don't take her with you, let her come with me. And that's how that woman then went to the hermitage of Sage Narada. And Sage Narada sings the glory to the Lord every day. So even while he was in the womb, and even he was growing, all the time he was listening to the glories of the Lord, and thus he turned out to be one of the greatest devotees of the Lord. This is one devotee in whom there is nothing left to be desired. Purest one, who had no kamana, no desires at all, a selfless devotee of the Lord, Prahlada. And so among all the daityas, among all the demons, I am Prahlada. And of course a long story of Prahlada, but one of the most beautiful stories. Prahladascha Daityanam Kalah Kalayatamaham. I am the time among the things that reckon. Well, Kalayatam means Ganayatam. So those who keep account, those who keep counting. So Lord Krishna is among those who keep counting. I am Kalaha, I am the very time, because time always ticks away. So Kala of the time is that which always keeps count of everybody. Everybody is born with a certain number of tick. So the heart is ticking away like a time bomb. When the right time comes, then the Kala makes sure that, so time bomb. So Kala Kalayatam, among those who are counting, I am Kala. Mriganam cha Mrigendroham, among all the animals, I am Mrigendra, the king of the animals. That is a lion. I am the lion among all animals. Sometimes they even talk of tiger. So I am the tiger or the lion. I am lion among all the animals. Vainateyasya Pakshinam, among the birds I am Vainateya, the son of Vinata. He is Garuda again. We talked about Garuda, the eagle, who is the vehicle of Lord Narayana. He was son of Vinata. And therefore he is called Vainateya, son of Vinata. This is interesting again. He was the son of Vinata. This sage Kashyapa was Prajapati, who was the creator, had among others these two wives, Vinata and Kadru. These were the two wives. Some competition is always going on. Now, so once the sage was very pleased with both of them and asked them, what is it that you want? So then this Kadru said, I want 1,000 sons. So he said, either you can have 1,000 sons or you can have just, 2 sons, but very powerful. So Vinata chose this. She said, I will have 2 sons, but very powerful. Other one said, I will have 1,000 sons. Okay, the boon was given. And then both of them were pregnant. And then both of them laid eggs, apparently, And these eggs were kept in a warm receptacle for hatching. This went on for 500 years. In all those eggs, 1,000 eggs, they all hatched. And 1,000 children, all the snakes came out of them. So all her children were snakes, her Kadru's children. So even though 500 years passed, these other 2 eggs of Vinata did not hatch. So she was very sad. Look, she saw Kadru, the other one, playing with the children and everything, and still she did not have children, so she was missing. So what she did is, she took one of the eggs and broke it open. Unfortunately, came out a child, half-developed child. So child had developed up to the middle, but the legs were not there yet. So it's called Aruna, that's one son, Aruna. He was upset with his mother. He says, how can you do this? Look what you have done to me. And he cursed the mother. Said, you will become a slave of this other woman. He went away. He became the vehicle of sun, Surya. So Aruna is a vehicle of Surya. Anyway, now Vinata knew, therefore she waited for another 500 years. But then Aruna said, okay, you will be enslaved, all right, but the other son that will be there, he will again save you from that. He will redeem you from that slavery. So she waited 500 years. But in the meantime, what happened is, these 2 women once had some kind of a bet, I guess. The horse that we talked about, Uchchaishravas, that flying horse, white horse. So about that they had this kind of a debate. Not debate, but they had, what do you call it? A bet? Alright. So this Vinata says that his tail is white. What's the color of the tail of a horse? Vinata says his tail is white. Kadru says his tail is black. White and black. Alright, we'll verify. And whoever turns out to be wrong will become the slave of the other one. This was the condition. This was the stake. And this, in the meantime, this Kadru, she asked her children, they were all snakes, go and hung on the tail of this horse. They were all black snakes, they hung there. So when they went to Ucheshwas to verify what was the color of the tail, it looked like the color was black. Vinata lost. She became the slave. This is how she became the slave of this other woman. And then they were really boss over her, the children and the mother and so forth. So then after 500 years this Garuda was born, and then he redeemed her mother from the slavery by getting whatever they wanted. They wanted a pot of ambrosia. Says, Garuda asked them, says, what do you want? So that my mother can be redeemed from the slavery. They said, bring us the ambrosia. Ambrosia is in the heavens. So Garuda went there and he was going to fight with the Devatas to bring that. Ultimately Indra first started fighting with him but found that he could not be resisted. He became his friend and Garuda said, I don't want ambrosia for myself, I just want it for these people. I want to redeem my mother from slavery. Indra said, okay, take it. Take it to them. Whether they can have it or not is I will take care. So the pot of ambrosia was brought and given to them. But at that time something happened and these people had to go away, all the snakes. In the meantime Indra came and stole the pot away again. So anyway, but since the condition was fulfilled, the mother was redeemed from slavery. This Garuda then, he performed the penance and he prayed to the Lord. So Lord offered him the boon and he said, what do you want? Oh Lord, I want to become your vehicle. So then Garuda became the vehicle of the Lord. So Vainateyasya Pakshanam, among all the birds, I am Vainate, I am the Garuda, I am the eagle. Then the next verse, they said, Pavanah pavatāmasmi, Pavanah pavatāmasmi, Ramashastra bhrutāmaham, Ramashastra bhrutāmaham, Jashanam makaraschasmi, Jashanam makaraschasmi, Srotasamasmi jannavi, Srotasamasmi jannavi. The translation is below verse 30 there. Among the purifiers, I am air. So air purifies. Among all the purifiers, I am Pavanaha, air. Rama Shastra Bhutamaham, I am Rama among those who bear the weapons. Of course, Rama is well known. There are three Ramas actually. One is Parashurama, other is Dasarathi Rama, third is Balarama. But Shankaracharya feels that this refers to Dasarathi Rama, son of Dasharatha, Rama. Because he destroyed the whole clan of all the Rakshasas, and that's why he is one of the greatest prowess. Lord says, that is my glory. It is himself actually. But that aspect of Rama is the glory of the Lord. Yashanam makaraschasmi, among all the fish or aquatic creatures, I am makaraha, I am the shark or crocodile, whatever. Srotasam asmi jannavi, among the rivers, I am Ganga, the most exalted. Among the rivers, Jannavi. So Ganga has many names. One of the names is Jannavi, the daughter of the sage Jannu. Ganga has her own story, history. Yesterday we told a part of it as to how it was necessary to bring the Ganges from the heavens to perform the funeral rites of those 60,000 sons of Sagara, and that's how she came down. But she was very arrogant. And so she said, do you realize that when I fall from the heavens, this is supposed to be the river of the gods? If I fall from the heavens, who can withstand the force? So only one who can withstand my force when I fall down is Lord Shiva. And so again that Bhagiratha performed penance and Lord Shiva was pleased and Indra received his metal lock and she started flowing. And again she flooded and this king, Bhagiratha, was leading the Ganges on his chariot and Ganges was following him. He wanted to take her where those ashes were. And so he's going ahead. He looks back, there's no Ganga. What happened? Because she was drank away by the sage Jannu. Again he had to pray to Lord, the sage Jannu. And then she was brought out from his ears. And then she started flowing. So this is called Jannavi, amongst other names. So among the rivers, I am Jannavi, I am the Ganges. Then continuing, Sargana Madirantascha, Sargana Madirantascha, madhyam chaivaham arjuna, madhyam chaivaham arjuna, adhyatma vidya vidyanam, adhyatma vidya vidyanam, vadah pravadatamaham, vadah pravadatamaham. Sarganam adirantasya, I am the beginning, the end, and the preservation of all the worlds. Beginning, middle, and end of all the creation, Sarga. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyana, among all the knowledge, I am the self-knowledge. Among Vidyana, among all forms of knowledge, I am the Adhyatma Vidya. Adhyatma means that which is centered upon Atma. It's called Adhyatma. Adhyatma Vidya, the knowledge centered upon the self. Among all the knowledge, I am the self-knowledge. Paravidya and Aparavidya. So this knowledge is called Paravidya, or knowledge of whose the subject matter is Para, or the limitless. Aparavidya, others are all the knowledges which are the subject matter, which is Apara or inferior. Because this is the means of moksha, moksha liberation, the means of achieving the ultimate goal of the human being. Vadah pravadatamaham. Among Vada, among the discussions, I am called Vada. So, Lord Krishna here says, see, in every class of things, His glory. Among the kinds of discussions, I am a discussion which is called Vada. See, when we discuss, three kinds of discussions are there, at least. Nyaya Shastra describes three kinds of discussions. Vada, Jalpa and Vitanda. So when discussion takes place among the equals, with an open mind and with a desire to discover or desire to arrive at what is the truth, so when those who are discussing among themselves with an open mind, with no preconceived notion, with a desire to arrive at the truth, then that discussion is called Vada. Or also the kind of discussion that takes place between the teacher and the student is also called Vada, or even Samvada, as between Lord Krishna and Arjuna. Well, sometimes discussions take place, and in discussion sometimes unfair means are also employed. You use a word which may have more than one meaning, and thus you can confuse the fellow. So it is possible also to use in discussions, employ certain methods which may not be fair, in order to prove yourself right. So when the two parties are discussing, each one of them wedded to their own opinion and will go to whatever length necessary to prove themselves right, so that kind of discussion is called Jalpa. And there is a third kind of a discussion where I will prove the other fellow wrong, that's all. I have nothing to prove, but I will prove other person wrong. That's called Vitanda. So Lord Krishna says, among all these three kinds of discussions, I am Vada, because that is a means of determining the truth. The next verse. Aksharanam akarosmi, aksharanam akarosmi, dvandvas samasikasya cha, dvandvas samasikasya cha, ahamevakshayah kalah, ahamevakshayah kalah, dhataham vishvato mukhah, dhataham vishvato mukhah. Aksharanam akarosmi. Among all the letters I am the first letter, which we said earlier also, which is like the gold which forms all the ornaments. So letter is that from which all the rest of the letters are made, and therefore the whole speech ultimately has its being in the letter So Lord Krishna says, among all the letters I am the letter or A. Dvandva samasikasya cha. Among the compounds, we talked about the compound just a few minutes ago. I am Dvandva. As I said, there is a compound called Tat Purusha, where the second word is important. There is a compound which is called Bahuvrihi, where the word other than these two is important. There is a compound called Avyayi Bhava, where the first word is important. Of the two words, Avyayi Bhava, first word is important. In Tat Purusha, second word is important. Bahuvrihi, other than these two is important. There is a fourth compound called Dvandva, where both are equally important. So Lord Krishna says, among the samas or the compounds, I am Dvandva. You must have heard the story Rameshwara, This story you must have heard anyway. Dvandva samasikasya cha ahameva akshah kalah. I am the time which is akshaya, which is imperishable. Time is that in the influence of which everything perishes, but time itself is imperishable. Or you can say time also perishes, but then that which does not perish, that is the consciousness, the very self. So I am the self is akshaya, imperishable. Dhataham vishvato mukha. Dhata means karma phala data, the one who dispenses all the results of the actions. That's the all pervasive, that's what I am. And then further, Lord Krishna says, Mrityus sarvaharaschaham, Mrityus sarvaharaschaham, Udbhavascha bhavishyatam, Kirti shrirvakcha narinam, Smritir medha dhriti kshama. Lord Krishna, I am death. Mrityuhu aham, I am the death. Sarvahara. So I am the death that takes away everything. That is also my glory. There are things that take away things from us, like robbers also take away things. Thieves also take away things. Disease also takes away things. There are things that take away things from us. But death is the one that takes away everything. So Lord Krishna says, I am the death, Sarvaharaha, that takes away everything. Or, I am the one who takes the whole universe unto me at the time of Pralaya. But rather than that, I am the death that takes away everything. So Lord Krishna says, death also is my glory. I alone come in the form of death to take everything away. Of course, people don't want to die because they don't understand. They don't realize that all they are giving up is body which has served its purpose. That they will be given a new cloth. They don't understand that. But I am the one who takes away the old cloth, which also means that ultimately he gives a new cloth also. Udbhavascha bhavishyatam. Among those who are destined to be prosperous, I am the prosperity of those who are going to be prosperous. So Lord Krishna says, the prosperity of the prosperous, that also I am. It's because of me that the people gain prosperity. Kirti shrirvakshanayanam smritir medha dhriti kshama. Among the feminine words or qualities, I am the Kirti, fame, Shrihi, wealth, Vak, speech, Smriti, memory, Medha, intelligence, Dhruti, fortitude, Kshama, equanimity. So among all the feminine qualities, I am these. Or among all the women, I am these six women. These are the name of the women also. They are all said to be the wives or consorts of Dharma. So they were all given to Dharma. So where Dharma is, these will be there. Then the next verse says, Bruhat Sama Tatha Samnam, Bruhat Sama Tatha Samnam, Gayatri Chandasamaham, Gayatri Chandasamaham, Masanam Margashirshoham, Masanam Margashirshoham, Rutunam Kusumakaraha, Rutunam Kusumakaraha. Bruhat Sama Tatha Samnam, among the Sama. Sama means the mantras of Samaveda, a particular Sama which is called Bruhat Sama. Chandasamaham Gayatri. Among all the meters, I am the Gayatri. Gayatri is a meter in which most sacred mantras are composed. So the very famous Gayatri is the Gayatri in prayer to Lord Surya, the sun. But then, for every deity, there is a mantra composed in this chanda, in the meter Gayatri. So among all the meters, I am Gayatri. Masanam Margashirshoham. Among all the months, I am Margashirsha. So that's when the year used to begin in the olden days. The year used to begin from Margashirsha, also considered a very auspicious month for the worship of the Lord. And special forms of worship are performed during this month. Rutunam Kusumakaraha. Among the seasons, I am the spring season. Of course, nature is the very best, which brings the flowers and fragrance and joy and happiness. The next one, Dyutam Chalayatam Asmi, Dyutam Chalayatam Asmi, Tejas tejasvinamaham, tejas tejasvinamaham, jayosmi vyavasayosmi, jayosmi vyavasayosmi, sattvam sattvavatamaham, sattvam sattvavatamaham. Dyutam chalayatam-asmi, among those which deceive, I am the game of dice, the master deceiver, that also I am. So he has no hesitation in accepting that he is everything. When he is everything, then death also is himself, and the one who deceives, that also is he. And why not a deceiver? The master deceiver I am. Well, with the Maya he has created the whole world and deceives everybody anyway. And so, among them also there is this Dyutam. This is a game of dice. Tejas tejasvinamaham, I am the brilliance of the brilliant. Jayosmi, I am the victory of the victorious. Vyavasayosmi, I am the Vyavasaya. Vyavasaya means the determination or ascertainment of the truth. So I am the very determination, ascertainment, clarity of those who have that ascertainment. Sattvam sattvavatamaham, I am the sattva, so that particular disposition of the people who are sattvic. Then continuing, Vrishninam vasudevosmi, Vrishninam vasudevosmi, Pandavanam dhananjaya, Pandavanam dhananjaya, Muninamapyaham vyasah, Muninamapyaham vyasah, Kavinamushana kavihi, Kavinamushana kavihi. Vrishninam vasudevosmi, among the Vrishnis, I am Vasudeva, he says, I am Vasudeva. So he is his own glory. That's interesting. But then, as manifest in this particular form, now when he says I, he means Brahman, he means the Lord of the whole universe. Of that, the form in which he appears as Vasudeva, that also is his glory. Pandavanam Dhananjaya, among the Pandavas I am Dhananjaya. Here Arjuna, among Pandavas I am you. That means there is no difference between the two. So Krishna Dhananjayasyatma, Krishnasyatma Dhananjaya. It's said in Mahabharata, Krishna Dhananjayasyatma. Krishna is the Atma of Dhananjaya. Krishnasyatma Dhananjaya, and Dhananjaya is the Atma of Krishna. I told you the other day, when this question arose once, as to Arjuna said, once they were talking, I think in the course of the battle of Mahabharata itself, battle of Kurukshetra, that Lord, what would happen if I am killed? So this kind of dialogue took place among two people, two sets of people. See, on the other side was Karna. He was the commander-in-chief, and he had his charioteer whose name was Shalya. And his Shalya did not want to become charioteer. He wanted to become the commander, but then Duryodhana asked him to become charioteer instead, because he was a very great, skilled charioteer. But the charioteer never encouraged Karna, he always discouraged him. So Karna asked him, so what will you do if I get killed in this battle? So what will I do? I'll go home, he says, I don't think you will win anyway. So similar dialogue took place between Arjuna and Lord Krishna also. So Arjuna says, Lord, what will you do if I'm killed? He says, what do you mean you are killed? As long as I am there, who can kill you? Nobody can kill you. In case Arjuna understands, if you are killed, then nobody will survive. I'll take my discus in my hand and I'll destroy everything. Nobody on the earth can survive because Krishna Dhananjayasyatma, Krishna Syatma Dhananjaya. Hey Dhananjaya, I am yourself and you are myself. I cannot live without you. Of course they are one, but this is what is said here, Pandavanam Dhananjaya, Muninam Apyaham Vyasa. Among all the sages, I am Vyasa. So Vyasa's name also is Krishna, by the way. Vyasa is his title, but his name is Krishna because he was also dark, black or dark, whatever you call it, So just Krishna was Krishna. Primarily it means black. So also sage Vyasa, whose name was Badarayana, or rather Dvaipayana, he was also black, he was also called Krishna, his name was. So Lord Krishna says, I am among all the sages, I am Vyasa, Kavina, Ushana, Kavi, among all the Kavis or preceptors, I am Ushana. Perhaps that's the name of Shukracharya. he was the teacher of the demons, Shukracharya. You heard about him yesterday. Okay, continuing. Dando damayatam asmi, nitirasmi jagishatam, maunam chaivasmi gushyanam, jnanam jnanavattamaham. Dando damayatam asmi. Damayatam, among those who enforce discipline, I am danda. Danda means that scepter with which you maintain the discipline, you maintain the order. I am the scepter of those who maintain the order. Nidrasmi jigishatam. Among those, jigishatam, those who are seeking success, I am niti. I am the very justice. So niti. That alone, it will be success. The success will be there only when there is niti or justice there, or the righteousness or morality. So niti means actually the right conduct, so justice also is okay. Maunam chaivasmi guhyanam. Among the secrets, I am maunam, I am the silence. That's the best way of keeping a secret. Jnanam jnanavattanaham. I am the knowledge of the wise people. Of course, when we understand law to be the brilliance of the brilliant and knowledge of the wise and everything, what remains for us, everything is He alone, and whatever that we are is only nothing but due to Him only. That also is to be understood from this. The next verse. Yachapi sarva bhutanam bijam tadaham arjuna na tadasti vina yat syat maya bhutam characharam yachapi sarva bhutanam bijam tad aham arjuna. And here Arjuna, whatever is the bijam, bijam means seed of the cause. So that which is the cause of all the beings, understand that I am the very cause, which causes everything to happen, And finally, concluding his glory, he says, Natadasti vinaya syat maya bhutam characharam. Here Arjuna, there is nothing charan acharam, sentient or insentient, mobile or immobile, there is nothing in the universe which would be without me. That means I am the self of all. Remove me from anything, nothing remains. Remove the gold from the ornament, nothing remains. Similarly also, I am the very self of everything that is sentient and insentient. Now Arjuna wanted Vistarena or Asheshata Vaktumahasi Asheshataha. Lord Krishna, you should tell me all the glories without leaving any remainder. Lord Krishna says that is not possible. Says in the 48th verse, Nantosti mama divyanam vibhutinam parantapa eshatu deshatah proktah vibhuter vistaro maya Mama Divyana Vibhutina Mantahanasti He Parantapa. Indeed, there is no end to my extraordinary or divine glories. Hey Arjuna, Eshad Uddeshatah Proktaha Vibhuter Vistaro Maya. But this detail, this narration has been given to you, just a little bit of affection, or a part of this narration has been given to you because of the few important ones are narrated here, because there is no end to my glories. As I said yesterday, when Goddess Saraswati keeps on writing all the time, still she can never come to an end of describing the glories of the Lord. So then Lord Krishna says here, just briefly, how can you see me? Whatever I have not said here, Arjuna, and how can I detail everything, narrate everything? And so Lord Krishna says very beautiful here, that whatever is not said by me also, Arjuna, recognize me there in the verse 41. Yadyad vibhutimat sattvam, yadyad vibhutimat sattvam, Śrīmadurjitameva va, Śrīmadurjitameva va, tattadevāvagacchhatvam, tattadevāvagacchhatvam, mama tejamsha sambhavam, mama tejamsha sambhavam. Yadyat sattvam, whatever thing, sattvam means existent thing. So whatever it is that there is in this creation, vibhutimat, that is the glory. Śrīmad, endowed with the form of wealth or fortune or beauty. Urjitam, endowed with might. So anything that you find in the universe, over and above what I have described to you, anything that you find in the universe, sentient, insentient, inert, conscious, whatever, which has some glory, which has some might, which has some beauty. So whenever you find that, understand that to be tattadevāvagacchhatvam mama tejamsha sambhavam. Understand that to be a fraction of my glory alone. All of that coming from the fraction of my glory alone. This is the best thing. Wherever I see any glory, any might, normally I feel jealous. Whenever I see somebody more glorious than me, I am jealous. Whenever I find somebody mightier than me, I am jealous. More intelligent than me, more accomplished than me, more successful than me, then what it causes jealousy. Understand that all of that is indeed the glory of the Lord. So when I think that way, oh, this person is so accomplished, oh, how glorious that is. But that is the glory of the Lord. And he's so intelligent, he's so learned, he's so wise, he's so this, whatever. Whether they are material glories or even spiritual glories. Somebody so kind, so compassionate, all of these are glories of the Lord. So wherever I find them, I see them as nothing but the manifestation of the presence of God alone. And therefore, even if all those objects are described, as we said, since right now most of the objects they're not relevant in our life because we don't see them, and they're not current in our pattern of thinking also. But this is, in this verse, Lord Krishna says, wherever you see any glory, any beauty, any might, understand that to be manifestation of a fraction of myself only. And finally, in the last verse, Lord Krishna says, Athava bahunaitena kim jnatena tavarjuna Vishtabhyahamidam Krishnam Ekam Shena Sthito Jagat Athava bahuna etena kim. Hey Arjuna, how long can I keep on describing my glories? And suppose you know all these glories, then also so what? Even if you know all the glories of Maya and still you know only a part of me. Because whatever is the manifest creation is nothing but a part of me. Tripadasya-amritam divi, padosya vishwabhutani, tripadasya-amritam divi. So what is manifest as creation is only a fraction of him. Tripad, the great dimension of this Lord is something that is not manifest. It's that which is to be discovered as my own self. So Arjuna, so even if you know all these glories, then also so what? Vishtabhyamidam Krishnam, I remain pervading this entire world with one part of myself. So part is not meant as part, what is meant is that what you see here is of course myself. But I am not confined to this. All of this is nothing but myself, but this is my manifestation through Maya. But I remain as a very substratum. So whatever you perceive is of course my glory, because all is going to be limited. But understand that, so this is the first step. Here Arjuna, first of all, recognize me in these limited manifestations of mine. Recognize that whatever is manifest and whatever is the experience is nothing but my glory. So as he said, the purpose of describing the glories is so that we can think of the Lord. Katham vidyamaham yogin tvam sada parichintayan. How is it that I can think of you all the time and then come to know you? So first I come to know the Lord as manifest in names and forms. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yoga iti tatvatah. So one who knows my vibhuti, the glories, and also my power, he knows me. But ultimately that knowledge of the Lord with form and with attributes becomes a means of knowing Him as a Lord that is beyond all the names and attributes, as my own self. So therefore, Arjuna, after knowing all these glories, may you know that I am the self of all, I am the self of everything that is beyond this name and form, and I, the one who is the substrate of this universe, remain sustaining the whole universe as a part of me. Part means as an aspect of me alone. So the Lord with attributes is no doubt the one that becomes aid for me to know the Lord that is beyond the attributes as myself. So Arjuna, gain this knowledge so that it becomes a means for you to know me as your very self. This Lord must say, this must be said, that the purpose of all the glories ultimately is to know the Lord as the very self. That's the greatest glory. Ahamatma Gurakesha Sarvabhutasha Sthitah. Here Gurakesha, I remain as the self of all the beings. And that's how ultimately he is to be known. For which, knowing the Lord possessed of the glories becomes a means of ultimately knowing Him as my own self. And thus Lord Krishna completes the 10th chapter. I'll recite, you please repeat the last statement here. Om Tatsad, Om Tatsad, Idhi Śrīmad Bhagavad Gītāsu, Idhi Śrīmad Bhagavad Gītāsu, Upanishadsu, Brahma Vidyayam, Yoga Shastre, Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade, Vibhuti Yogo Nama, Dashamodhyaya, the 10th chapter, Vibhuti Yogo Nama, whose title, subject matter is Vibhuti, the glories of the Lord. Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade, in this dialogue, Samvada. So Vada, Jalpa, Vitanda. And better than Vada, Samvada, that which takes place between the teacher and the disciple. In that Samvada between Lord Krishna and Arjuna, the subject matter is Yoga Shastra and Brahma Vidya. So all this knowledge of this meditation upon the glory is also a part of Yoga Shastra. And Brahma Vidya is when the Lord is unfolded as the very self. So Brahma Vidya also was told here in this chapter as well as Yoga Shastra. In Bhagavad Gītā, which are the Upanishads, this 10th chapter is completed. Sarvadharman parityajya, Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, Ahantva Sarva Papebhyah, Mokshayishyami ma shuchah, Hari Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeri Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha.